Healing crystals, skincare routines, knitting a sweater, fitting in jeans. With Katie and Sarah, no need to worry, you're on a lady journey.
Yes, when I did Bennington yesterday and they played the song and they gave us a big shout out.
Did they really?
Yeah, they
I love them.
Gail was saying she loved the song.
It's good.
It's so nice.
She's like, I haven't listened beyond that.
Yeah. I have something really exciting that I want to share because I know everyone has been following my blepharitis journey.
Oh.
I have finally found an eyeliner that works for my blepharitis.
Is it specifically for people that suffer from blepharitis?
It's not, but I did find something. It's called Sephora Clean. So anything, you can go to Sephora and you can, as you're like sorting through stuff, you can find the Sephora Clean guarantee. And that means that the makeup has like no parabens, no allergen products or anything like that. No like high irritant ingredients. So I've been trying out some stuff. I got an eyeliner. I did get the Sephora Clean eyeshadow palette, which I don't think has been great, but this eyeliner is Ilya or Isla.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I won't correct you.
Ilya. I know. Who knows how it's pronounced, but it is working for me. And I almost don't even really need an eyeshadow or anything. I'm like, if I could just wear an eyeliner, I don't care about mascara anymore. I've basically like left everything in the dust.
I like what you have now.
Yeah. This is just the Isla eyeliner.
Okay.
And then I've also gotten I've also gotten a milk under eye and over eye primer, but I can't tell if that's working yet. So I'll let you guys know.
I never know.
I'm gonna
know.
I never know. I feel like I'm getting like the creases, like the makeup creases, and that's why I got rid of it, because I was just thinking like, at least if I can look like, maybe not have bags under my eyes, maybe that's enough.
Or just like tired.
Yeah. Like get like the dent right here where it's like, I don't love the way that's looking. I just have like dents in my face now.
There are times where I'm like this. Come on.
Just let me look good.
I know. Like, I felt like I had one brief window in my early 30s where everything came together, where I finally figured out makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I had quit drinking. I got the haircut of my life that I can never get back because my hairdresser moved to Arizona. And that lasted maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
I felt I really was like, felt on top of the world.
I feel like right before the pandemic, I was like, I look amazing. I still can play like a 26-year-old woman. And then since the pandemic has kind of been winding down, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I look 35. I've never looked 35 in my life. I can see the lines in my face. And every time you get on TikTok and they're like, Botox actually prevents wrinkles.
I know. I've gotten the Botox on the Instagram, but I've also had a New York City model search, and I'm like,
me?
Am I a model? I mean, they are looking at my face the whole time. Like, it's so fun to be in that delusional world. But yes, it did feel like when we talked about vibe shift earlier, that is one of the things I have noticed is like we all got old.
We got old, yeah.
And people got younger.
And then, there's just young people are just running amok. I think one thing is
I hate it.
People, we're in like a lifestyle where, it's like we're working in nightlife and we're going, in these like tourist things. And it's just like, usually people live in New York until they're like 30 and then they're like, fuck this place.
Yeah.
And then they go and live in a completely different, and they live in like a healthy environment.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're like, we're hanging on. I'll never leave this city.
I was told never quit.
Yeah.
No, it's it's definitely, it does feel like it's just we're aging exponentially all of a sudden.
Yes.
The other thing too is just, as we said, it does feel like everyone is younger and they're like cooler, that it's registered on me that I am now the age and kind of comic that when coming up, when I moved here and when I would hear like an older comic complaining about something, I'm like, it's not like you were going to get on SNL anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you're like 45.
Yeah, you're like, actually, I could.
And I'm in that mindset of like, I can still get on SNL.
Well, I have something a little bit similar where I remember when I started comedy, I was 23.
Yeah.
And I would see these people who were, for example, 35, comics that were 35.
They felt like such elder statesmen.
Yeah, I felt like, oh, this person not only has their life together, has their career on track, but they're so like evolved, and I can't wait until and then meanwhile now I'm 35. I'm like, does anything ever come together? Do I ever feel like I have an ounce of control anywhere in my life? I'm like, I guess when I'm 50, is that when it happens? Is it when I'm dead?
You get the one like, can I pick your brain? You're like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Nothing is in here except for fear.
You will be cruising past me any day now.
Yeah.
You're fucking fine. Like, chill out.
Yeah.
Okay,
or maybe you won't, and then you'll be right here. So
this is
fun
your
to find
future.
out.
I love that it felt like we just had like an existential.
We had a breakdown. We're there.
We're there. But this is Lady Journey.
This is Lady Journey, and it's all about our journeys. And today we're talking about something that's so dear to hearts.
What is that?
Spring lifestyle.
So dear to our hearts.
It's one of my favorite topics to talk about in any season.
Well, you know what? It's approaching, and you do feel it's, New York, you only have a limited amount of space. So it is that time when you've accumulated a lot of shit during the holidays or the cold months, and you're going to have to start bringing out your warm stuff. So you do like
putting
what's
stuff
got to go.
Yeah, what's got to go. I love a spring clean. I got to tell you.
Yeah.
I live for a spring clean. I'm looking forward to just taking everything out of the cupboards. I just want to make a huge mess and then be overwhelmed and then be like, oh, I have to leave in 2 minutes. And then Mike's coming back. He's like, what happened?
My spring cleaning is like that, chaotic, where I decide to do this when I have something important to do and 10 minutes before I have to leave.
Yes.
You're like, I've wreaked havoc
Yeah.
on the house.
You're like, oh my God, 10 minutes to clean out everything. Go.
Or sometimes I get so into it that I actually feel like I'm throwing away things I love.
Yes. I do that too. Where
why did I throw that out? I love those shoes.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm throwing out my best stuff. I'm like, we have no room for my leather jacket. Like, what? I love that piece. Yes, it's so true. But it does feel good. Something feels so good about just like cleaning the unseen dust in the back of a cupboard where I just get back there and scrub it out.
You're like, do I need this many totes?
Yeah.
I don't need 20 totes.
You don't need that many grocery bags, which, I mean, that's the thing about grocery bags now because they got rid of the plastic bags, but now we're just throwing away the fabric bags. We're still getting a bag every time we go to the grocery store.
And we have to pay for them.
Yeah.
You're like, why can't we just get paper bags? I don't care if they're kind of cheap or they fall apart.
Yeah,
but
just get paper.
At least they are biodegradable,
I'm
not buying 25 cents.
Don't make me buy a Toomey backpack for $400. Like, sorry, that's what we have.
You have to buy a Toomey backpack. I love a grocery store that makes you buy
has
expensive.
a Toomey kiosk.
Yeah.
What grocery store are you going to? Morton Williams, the most expensive one in the world, which we live right by.
You're like, no, thank you. I'll just carry it in my arms.
I know. And then I'm just carrying things down the side of the road like Steve Martin in The Jerk when he's like, I just need this and I need this.
Yeah. But yeah,
yes.
Spring cleaning.
Now, how do you feel about pastels? Are you a pastel person?
Well, I usually wear neutrals, but I do once a year go through this kick of I need some color in my life.
Ugh.
I need to at least make people think I'm happy.
Yeah, yes.
That's
great.
Yeah.
So great. I like Micah Fox. We've talked about her on the podcast before, and she's a friend. She has a blazer that she wears.
She's one of the best dressers in the scene.
She's an amazing dresser. And I said, Micah, this blazer is amazing. This gorgeous white blazer. She goes, this is my hangover blazer. I wear this around the office when I got hammered the night before. She's like, no one even knows. Like, you're actually a scientist and a pioneer because that's brilliant.
It is brilliant. It also feels like sometimes you get dressed the nicest when you're the most unhinged.
Yes. You're like, this'll fool them. I'll fool them all. No, I don't love a pastel color combo. I don't love like pink, like the baby pink, the lavender, the baby blue, the baby green. I hate to see that together. It makes me feel nauseous.
Yeah.
But individually, I love pastels.
I do. And I've seen people, there's friends that I wear color all the time and I think it looks great on them, but for some reason it's not something I'm drawn to.
Yeah, I will wear more bold colors, but it's harder to match. So I haven't bought that many pieces yet, but I do love, like, lavender is my all-time favorite color.
I like softer colors like a sky
lavender.
blue, yellow.
I love a teal.
Yes.
Kind of like softer teal.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I do love, there is something about like Easter candy that when I see it, it just draws me into it, you know, like that, the whole like array of Easter candy in an Easter basket. You're just like, oh, I just love that.
It is joy. I think I prefer pastels in my home decor.
Yeah.
Because it's more of a calming. Like I like, there was a decor trend a while ago of just kind of like that millennial pink.
I love millennial pink.
I do too, and I still do, and I think it's out. But it's like the same kind of color family, but it's gone green from what I gather.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it seems Gen Z is loving neon.
Yeah.
I just see neon everywhere, and I'm just like so. I find it off-putting. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
I love the millennial pink. I love a blush.
I like a
This,
blush.
like, type of blush.
That's
Ugh,
pretty.
love it.
But yeah, I do wish I could wear more colors. It's just never been.
It's hard when you're doing a capsule to be like, now I have a peach piece.
I had teal summer pants. I called them my summer pants.
Yes. I'm on board with it.
Yes. But yeah, color what I like, sometimes I'm like, maybe this year will be the year that I get like a flamboyant coat.
Oh, I always think that.
Yeah, but then like, I don't know. I've put stuff on where I'm like, I feel like my head all of a sudden shrunk.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden I'm just kind of like this tiny little person in a pattern.
Yeah, yes. And then you're like, oh, am I trying to like use this coat as a personality?
Yes.
I'm just like, hi, I'm this person. People
I'm
are
your
like,
art
"It's not
teacher."
you." Yeah.
Yeah. But and then I've seen really cute stuff. Like I like the idea of wearing a matching set, like a matching print top with a matching short.
Love it.
But I still feel like that's an outfit I would buy and then never wear out.
Yeah, because it's like, what's the practical application of that outfit? Because we're going out at night a lot. That's not a nighttime outfit.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like for brunch, it's like, oh, you just want to wear casual clothes for a brunch. You know? It's like those kind of outfits, I feel like, you know, they are kind of purposeless in the wardrobe. You know, it's like, this is I guess I'm going to wear this if I have a 2-year-old's birthday party that I have to go to, where I think I may be photographed somehow.
Yes.
It's like outfits for like celebrities where they have to like look nice all the time. It's like, oh, I'm wearing sweatpants or jeans. That's
I usually just stick to like jeans, a t-shirt, and maybe wear like a cute sweater.
I think I'm going to go for
a blazer.
Oh, a blaze. You love it.
I
think I'm going to go for I am going to get a pair of millennial pink shoes. I have my eye on them. Some Nikes.
I love it.
As the Nikes are like my perfect show shoes because you can walk to the show. You look good on stage. I really want to get white Nikes, and I go through this every spring.
I know which ones you're talking about.
I want to get like the classic Air Force ones.
Yes.
The white ones. But I may go over and instead get like a Chuck Taylor or something. But I want to get a white shoe.
Reebok makes a good white shoe.
I like those too. Yeah. But the thing about the white shoe is it's like, oh my God, my anxiety. Because you're walking and then it's like, oh my God, if you're like, oh my God, did I just ruin the shoes? Am I never going to be able to wear these again? I just stepped in something. And it's like a torture. It's a mental torture.
It is, especially in the city. I'm like that with white pants.
Anything
how
white.
Dare I?
Yeah.
I
have a white cashmere sweater. I've never worn it.
Yeah,
every time I put it on, I'm like, this is an accident waiting to happen.
You're like, you will sit in wet coffee on the subway.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
That's the like the least that you could It's like might be blood.
Yes. No, the white sneaker. This is what my dad has always said about white sneakers. He was like, he says it looks like people step their feet in cake.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think it's really funny because I see what he means.
Yeah,
with
it
the
kinda
big
does.
white sneaker,
Yes.
it does look like a slice of cake.
Yeah.
But not for to me. I like see where he's coming from, but stylistically, I'm like, it still doesn't deter me.
Oh no, the
No.
white sneaker is so
It's
classic.
classic.
And I love
classic
a big
American.
chunky sneaker. Makes my leg look so tiny.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
I stepped-
little
looks like
ankles.
a little toothpick on a big piece of cake. I love it. But no, the thing about I love the Air Force ones. That's like my favorite Nike shoe. But those are a shoe that like really looks great with a skinny jean. So I don't know how it's gonna go with my new. But I think I'm gonna go for
I've seen
it.
people wear it with the straight leg and it looks good.
I'm gonna give myself permission to try it and to get them dirty and to just let them be dirty in the city.
Just do it.
Because there's a thing where like Gen Z, these young people, they will just wear really dirty white sneakers. Have
Yes.
you noticed this, right? It's like kind of crazy, and you're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
different from everything I've ever been told as a millennial. But
I know. They're doing something different out there.
they really are.
I don't actually mind when my white sneakers get dirty because I have a pair of their Adidas, the shell toe ones.
Yes.
And I like those ones because I can wear them in wet weather.
Oh
where
yeah.
like a canvas shoe,
yeah.
forget about it.
Adidas is nice and sturdy.
Yes. But those have been kind of dirty, but I kind of been liking the look of some wear and tear. But then,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that with like, I mean, it always boggled my mind that rich people were in love with the Golden Goose shoe.
What was the Golden Goose shoe?
It's a brand of Converse. It's high end. I think it's a $450 shoe.
Wow.
You Google it. It looks like they purposely wear and tear it where it looks like people have stepped all over the shoe.
Oh.
And it's so weird. It's a very expensive shoe and it's a very statusy shoe. Like when you'll know when someone has it,
Mhm.
like they want you to know they have Golden
Oh my
Goose.
gosh. Meanwhile, I have no idea. I'm like, over my head.
I guess it's called coated luxury.
Oh yes.
And it was very big on the Upper East Side.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have to show it to you.
Yeah, I want to get
Let me
this.
point it out.
I want to get. I love those Yeezys that they had last summer. That just looks like your foot was in like a big foam. It was almost
Yeah,
like
it
a
was
hybrid
weird.
Croc. It was
Yes.
so strange. But I was like, that looks like the most comfortable shoe, and that's one that's a
$575.
wow, interesting. I don't know that I've ever noticed these.
Yeah, because
So I
they
guess
look
I'll
like a
notice them
regular.
now.
But don't you think that's fascinating that rich people? I mean, we're talking. That's their casual shoe, and they're
Right.
purposely choosing a shoe that looks like somebody's been kicking it.
Yeah,
I'm so fascinated.
It
by
is.
that.
They just love. They love to commodify anything that looks like you've like a struggle. They just love to commodify the struggle.
It is true.
My shoes, help! I was working in my startup when someone attacked me. I had to carry a box.
Yeah. Oh my God. One time I was temping at Bonpont, that high-end
Yes,
baby clothes
The
store.
high-end baby clothes store, of course.
And there was this lady just like so dolled up. Like not dolled up meaning to the nines, but meaning like you could tell she's always manicured. She's got high end. She's clothes, a Goyard purse, and she comes in and literally was like, "Oh my God, you guys must think I'm like a homeless person right now." She thought she looked schleppy. And
Oh
I
my
wanted to
God.
cater to her, be like, but I think this would have really upset her to be like this. Oh my God, yeah, you need to get out of here. You stink.
Yeah, what are you doing? Coming into a baby store in just a regular outfit. You're disgusting. My God.
But that mindset
what
of
an
like,
out of touch thing to say.
I know it was really
I must
fascinating.
look like somebody trapped in the bureaucratic system of New York trying to get affordable housing. Like what?
'Cause she had like those like nice false eyelashes, like
Oh,
the
like the sewn
Foxford
in?
ones.
Wow.
Yeah, that you're just like, fuck off.
Get
It
out
was
of
so
here. And then she
obnoxious.
bought like 17 baby hats.
Yeah, for like $100 a piece.
Oh my God.
That story was ridiculous. But yeah, we got on a
We got on a little tangent.
Tangent.
But springtime though, some of my other favorite spring traditions are I do get my pedicure. I get my pedi. That's one of my big ones. I cook less. I just kind of go more into salads. Although I have been enjoying cooking at home so much lately though.
Yes, I do. Well, I just find like going out to eat to be really expensive.
It's so expensive.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so expensive. And it's inflation is just getting like worse and worse. It's just insane.
It's like scary where you're like, I don't have a source of income coming in right now.
Yeah.
I'm still living off unemployment that you're like, this is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Guys,
It's wild.
help. No, I'm trying to think of like what if I do anything spring. It's
Well,
like
it's okay. Let's move on.
I
from
know,
it.
but it's just like really fascinating. Like it's never really the only thing that's spring is just like cleaning out stuff.
Spring cleaning, maybe a trip. Any spring break plans? Any spring?
We're celebrating Joe's 40th.
That's right. You guys are going for Palm Springs.
Palm Springs,
That's a very
yes.
spring break trip.
That
if
is
you're
very
elderly,
spring
it's
break.
like an elderly spring break trip. Now that's gonna be
Is-
fun.
I wish when we were down in Aruba, everybody was doing spring break,
Mhm.
and I forgot.
Yeah.
But then also it was fascinating in Aruba for spring break. You're like, these they were college girls, 22 or 21, and the packages would be $1,400 to get
Oh my
down there,
God.
all inclusive. But I remember being that age and $1,400.
That's a huge amount of money I mean, maybe it was 10 years ago. Maybe the inflation is better now because I know it's really cheap to go to Aruba right now.
Yeah,
It's like $200 round trip from Kennedy. It's crazy.
that is
It's
crazy.
never that cheap, but they're like really, But I think like I don't know. I think that you have to be pretty wealthy to afford to go to Aruba on your spring break.
Yeah, mine was always just like Daytona Beach, and I remember being like, this place is sad.
I went to New York for spring break with my girlfriend once. We came here and we took a bus. We were like, sure, we'll take the bus. We took a bus 24 hours to Port Authority, and then we just like stayed with a friend. It was insane. I was like, I cannot believe we were on the bus for that long. Like, what was that?
Yeah.
We were just like kind of like, oh, we just smoked a little pot. It was fun. It was a great time. It was not.
I know. I
Um,
feel like if you told another brand of girl that went to spring break, they'd be like, what?
Yeah, they're like, ew, you were on a bus for 23 hours. We were like, yeah, we were pretending that we were hippies. And then we got here and we were like, oh my God, we don't have any money for food. We were like buying like rice. We were eating like rice. We're like grating cheese on it and eggs. And then like our splurge was like, we got like a couple avocados. We're like, okay.
I love this because you're like, this should be fun. But then you forget when you get into New York City that you're like, oh my God.
Oh, this is so much more expensive.
Yeah, like even
Ugh.
the cheapest hotel, like some of those hotels, you're like, I think I'm in a man hostel.
Yes.
Like it's
The-
only
It is so
grown
expensive
men,
here. It
yeah.
is so expensive here. And I also remember this was my big spring break trip. So it was St. Patrick's Day. So we went to the St. Patrick's Day parade. We're like, okay. And then we went to a bar in Queens somewhere where our friend told us, you guys can come here because they just won't check IDs. And we were just ordering Long Island iced teas, which is the only time in my life I've ever drank one.
and such a red flag that you are underage.
Yes, the only drink I've ever heard of. I'm like, I'll have a Long Island iced tea. They're like, okay, whatever, just serving me. We just got so hammered, and luckily we made it home okay and everything was fine. But it was just like, what was that?
Yeah, you're like, that wasn't spring break where you're like, you look tired.
Yeah. I am not well rested at all.
That was not a break. It was work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am going for a spring break trip. I guess I'm going to count this as spring break because Mike is doing his special taping in Nashville. And I've never been
Oh,
to Nashville.
exciting.
Yeah, so I'm just going as a girlfriend, not as a
Okay.
comedian. So I won't be performing on
Don't
the show
you
at
love
all.
that? Because it means you don't have to worry about any of the
Ugh.
pressure and the stress.
It's going to be so great. And his mom and sister are coming. So I'm like, I'm going down like I'm about to have a little vacation. I'm talking a dinner,
yes.
maybe a little day. Who knows? Maybe I'll get my nails done or something. I'm just going down to enjoy myself. So I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it where it's like, oh, this is great. And then meanwhile, I guess I'm supporting my boyfriend, whatever. I don't
Blah,
care
blah,
about whatever. He's living his dreams. But yeah, I was kind of relieved that like I'm not involved in the production or anything in any way. So it's like just going to be enjoying myself.
Yeah.
sometimes it's so nice. You forget what a luxury it is to go to a comedy club and just sit, have drinks served to you. Get an onion ring, please.
Oh, appetizers?
Oh, okay, twist my arm.
It's so luxurious to get a round of appetizers.
Ugh, a whole, just
Wings?
all apps.
A little something for the table over here is
Yes.
such a fun thing
Oh my
to like.
God.
Like that's where I'm at financially. That I can just be like, do you guys want apps?
Let's get a little something for the table. And then you're like, for the table. You look at your friend knowingly. It's for the whole table. Don't worry, I'm sharing you, bitch. So our other topic I want to talk about today is something that I've noticed. I just kind of like found these by Googling rampantly, which is my pastime, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're called badass affirmations, and there's a few different variations of these, and it's affirmations that are clearly for women, that where I guess they mostly just include cursing.
Yeah.
But it's coming from a place I totally get it, where it's like, you know, as a woman, you often feel like you have to be like prim and good, and it's like
Yeah.
you want to be a badass, you know?
Yes. Where you're kind of holding back, where you're like, you know, good things happen to those who wait.
Right.
Kind of like.
Right, and you want to just take it.
Yeah.
But these affirmations are so corny and hysterical. I just wanted to go through some of them with you. These are badass affirmations for a woman. You know, and it's so funny too, where it's like, I get wanting to feel empowered as a woman, but it's like, you are not a badass. You are a dental assistant.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's nothing
Calm
wrong
down.
with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know, like I just think it's funny. I
Yes.
just think these are funny. So
It's
we're going
enjoyable.
to go through some of these.
I like giving 110% in anything that you do. Is a funny take.
I like
to
imagine.
have.
Yes, I'm an action star, and I'm at the grocery store with my kids, but I'm Steven Seagal.
I love like when a friend has an idea that's horrific.
Yeah,
I'm like, yes,
100%.
you gotta do this.
I'm a badass, and I know there's a book. There's a big self-help genre of convincing women that they are badasses, even when you're not, because that word is really for someone who's like in the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Who is street racing.
Yes.
But women, because of how society tries to keep us in a little box, now we want to feel as though we're a badass when we're eating cereal in the morning.
Yeah.
So the first one says, just fucking do it. I love all of these just contained
Tiny
curse
letters.
words.
Stop playing small. Transform your life where you're like, oh, that's what they meant.
That's what they meant. Stop playing small and transform your life. Where it's like, okay, I don't know that you need to feel like you are a bad ass, like in the sense that you've like just karate chopped someone that back talked to you in a dive bar in order to like have your schedule be maintained.
Like, but coming in hot at a boardroom meeting, like, sit down, Ted, that idea sucks. Get ready, world, for this one.
Yeah, people are like, are you okay, Charlotte?
Yes.
Shut up, Ted. I'm going to karate chop you. Now, these ones, some of these in here are from a curation called Badass Birth Affirmations.
Okay.
Or these are affirmations that you're giving yourself courage to experience the trauma of birth. But these are just as ridiculous, in my opinion. This one says, my body opens like a big ass, beautiful fucking flower. How is this supposed to help me get over my fear of my taint being ripped open? I do not understand that my body's opening like a big ass, beautiful fucking flower.
They're like, embrace your gaping asshole, you ugly bitch.
It's like the message is not getting through. I mean, I guess you do have to like channel an amount of rage to be like proactive about your own birth.
Yeah,
Because
to maybe
it's
slightly
terrifying.
motivate you.
Here's one. And I just love this too, because I do know women that are like this, and they're invariably awful. That
I have one I'm following on Facebook right now that I'm just intrigued.
Yeah, they're like, I'm a fucking rock star. It's like, okay, well, you're not. A rock star
You're
is
selling
you're
MLM.
selling pottery that you made. Yes, you're selling your own pottery. Here's one that says, I trust my body because it's fucking awesome. I love this with the background that you can see it's a succulent.
Yeah, ladies love succulent.
It's like the most badass of the cacti. It's so funny. It's still geared toward like the the stereotype of women, like a tasteful succulent.
Yes.
And I'm fucking going to kill someone. This is another birth one. Suck it up, buttercup. I am birthing this fucking baby. It's like, enough with the fucking already. That's what got us into this problem in the first place. My God.
Like, who's mad at you that you're about to birth your baby? Like, ma'am, do not do that in here.
Suck it up, honey.
If you don't love this now. Yeah.
But I do find it really interesting that it's like this advice is basically that you should channel your anger at the world as a woman to get through birthing your baby. Don't try to hold me down. Oh, here's the fun one. I love this one. I am thankful for my kick-ass life. It's like, the difference between a healthy affirmation and a badass affirmation is the use of swear words, I guess.
Yes. Also, like, I think even the best life isn't even kick-ass.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, am I kicking ass? Like, I had a smoothie today and I did a podcast. Like, what's
I do
kick-ass?
think that's kicking ass. But my kick-ass standards are so low.
Yeah.
If I just do more than 2 things in one day, then I'm like, I am fucking kicking ass today.
If I get out of bed,
Yeah.
kicking ass, kicking my own ass. I am thankful for my kick-ass life. This one said, oh, here's a good one. Oh, I am brave and fierce and can do hard fucking things. Like, okay.
Like what?
Yeah, like this just has a picture of the mountain in the background. It's just, this one just seems like emotionally unstable. Like, you don't need to be fierce. You don't need to be fierce in any context of your life. That it is an intense emotion and it is just keep it in therapy.
Also, the way that am is all caps, it's like they somebody has questioned them.
Yes, yeah. I am brave.
Where I'm like, Deborah, are you brave?
Yeah, I am. It's like, you don't, when, I know that, like, if you're like, for example, if you're like diagnosed with cancer or something, or if you're, there are times in your life where you do need to encourage yourself to be brave. But I don't know that, like, celebrating your own bravery, it's like, you're not in a war. You're not in a war, okay?
Also, most things that, especially in the online world of celebrating bravery, always comes off a little self-indulgent.
Absolutely.
To me.
Absolutely.
Like this. Yeah, nobody was saying that you were unbrave.
Yeah, no one is like, you're a coward because you didn't start your dream job of a knitting blog. Yeah. It's like, that's where bravery is used in the context of, like, yeah, that's not what bravery is.
Yeah, I feel
not
like
what it is.
Bravery is usually, like, for me, I guess, standing up to a social norm that has been accepted. And that's not right.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
Like,
that's
changing.
A good one. Yeah.
Like, I guess in the world of the Me Too, being like, hey, I don't like getting raped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think, like, this is not, I don't know.
In that world.
I don't think this is in that world.
Well, this world
Maybe
is
it
like,
is.
I'm
brave and fierce and I can do hard fucking things.
Yeah.
Like, nothing specific.
Yeah.
But anything I deem hard, I am a badass for doing it. Here's one. Dear stress, fuck you. Cheers, me. I love the backgrounds on these. It's like, could this be any more of a patronizing background? Macaroons.
It's like, so on the nose, it's like chocolate.
Yeah.
Women
love chocolate and telling stress to go fuck itself. And it's just like, I don't know. Is this a good way to handle your stress by activating your anger?
Yeah.
Fuck you, stress. It's like, go for a run then if you're that angry.
Yeah. I guess it should really just be like, all right, it'll be better tomorrow.
Yeah, it's how about, hey, let's relax. Everything's fine. I do affirmations, by the way. I'm just saying, I do affirmations. One of my affirmations is, I'm abundant. I think abundance is such a one for me that I need to, like, constantly affirm and reinforce, because it's all about the confirmation bias, right? If I do abundance affirmations, then I notice when instances of abundance occur in my life, and then it's all about, like, keeping yourself in a good mental state.
Yes, instead of, like, negative self-talk.
I'm stressed, but I'm gonna fuck my way through my stress like a badass bitch. It's just like, oh, you're insufferable.
Yeah, we're like, I can't even. that's not who I am. I'm not going to just fuck my way through stress.
No, it's
Yeah.
more stressful.
It's more stressful.
Like, no wonder you're stressed out.
Yeah.
You're kind of a nightmare. You're a psychotic person.
Where like my affirmations usually are like, just try to have fun.
Just have fun with
Just
it.
have fun.
How about this is our last one? My heart is big and bold and full of fucking love.
So if you don't love that, get out of here.
Okay. If you don't love my big fucking full heart, then fuck you.
Then you don't understand who I am and where I'm coming from. Get out of here.
These seem like very in the vein of that, which I've made fun of this before, but in the vein of that, if you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. Like, I'm a nightmare and I will be accepted as such. And doing anything against me is against my nature. It's like, okay, but you're screaming. You're screaming in the ice cream parlor.
And there's no gray area. You're like, I don't know. What if your worst is like really problematic?
Yeah, yeah. Black and white thinking, you're an enemy. Bye. Anyway, these are our badass affirmations, and on Lady Journey we are badasses, and by badasses we do mean unstable.
Unstable. Yes. Being brave means being unstable.
Yes.
And accepting it.
Being brave means being furious when you don't get what you want and demanding it from the universe. It's like Veruca Salt's affirmations. Daddy didn't get you the Oompa Loompa, but you will fucking survive it.
It's like we can't be ever in the middle.
We can't. No.
No,
It's like women. Yeah, that is the other thing too about the badass affirmations. It's like, can I just be a person?
Yeah.
Can I be a person? Do I have to be like living in this fantasy world that I'm like saving the world because I made my son macaroni? Like,
What's like the other like spectrum is like, I'm not doing anything. Don't make me do anything I don't.
yeah.
Like, I'm just taking it easy. And you're like, well.
I'm a good ass.
Yes.
I'm just a little good ass woman who lays down for the patriarchy.
We can't win.
No.
Lady Journey.